I grew up in South Brooklyn, New York, raised in the city projects. My mom was from Alabama, and my father was an immigrant from Malaysia. People were always assuming I was Puerto Rican or Dominican or something else. My older brother had the dream of playing professional tennis, but that dream ended early when he learned tennis was not a black man's sport. He and I both thought education would lead us to a place of belonging. I left for Cornell and he stayed in Brooklyn to attend New York City College. In college, I felt a pressure to ignore my race, my culture. But living a life of compromise felt like living without dignity. I decided that by becoming a social worker, I could influence changes so everyone can experience dignity. Fred took a similar path. In our old neighborhood, he taught children with special needs, fed the homeless, and advocated for the families who lost loved ones to police brutality, stolen lives. In 2008, I was part of a project to reduce childhood obesity. It was so clear this was only a symptom of a greater problem with our food system. When I visited Fred during this time, it all became very personal. He was rapidly gaining weight and had developed diabetes. He had tried to take care of himself. He had been growing veggies on his patio in Brooklyn before it was cool to be sustainable. But trying to live on disability after a work-related injury made it impossible for him to eat well, no matter how many tomatoes he produced. Fast food became his comfort, a way to soothe the pain of shattered dreams. I returned home, and divine arrangement led me to Detroit and several other cities across the nation, where I saw what I can only describe as desolation, poverty-stricken, nearly abandoned neighborhoods. I also met beautiful and brilliant people, many of African descent. I learned about the history of these chocolate cities, and I felt like I had finally found my place. No one should ever have to live without dignity. In 2012, Fred was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and began radiation and chemotherapy. Within a year, the cancer won, and my brother joined our ancestors. Despite his best efforts and his intelligence, it was a broken food system, limited resources, and racism that ended his life at the early age of 56.